doing? Me? Better. But I will say, let's keep it brief, though. In case you missed it, the reason why I've been gone for like 2 weeks is because Kayla had an ectopic, I believe it's called, pregnancy. What, T1? Kayla was pregnant? What? You guys are trying for a baby? Yes. Okay? Spoiler alert. Yes. It's about that time that T2 starts running around. That we get little T run around. Yes, bro. We've been trying for about 7 months. Yes, guys. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's like because me and Kayla watch like Amy clips or what all the time. I'm still a young 28. I'm fairly young. But yes, so me and Kayla have been trying for a child. There you go. Okay? But like I said, she had an ectopic pregnancy, which is, long story short, is it was only like she was only like 5-6 weeks pregnant, which is like almost 2 months, which isn't too bad if you think about it. It's kind of early. Basically, I'm not a doctor, but I've done enough research. Basically, what happened was, okay, if there's any toddlers in the chat, please mute. This is a little bit rated R. So the sperm, there's tubes, and at the end of the tubes is the egg. When the egg drops, the sperm pushes the egg, and it goes through the tube, okay? And then it goes into the uterus, and then the baby grows. That's how a normal pregnancy is, okay? But an ectopic pregnancy, which is what happened to Kayla, is when the sperm and the egg don't make it to the uterus. It like implants in the ovaries or the something or the tube itself. It doesn't go through the tube, it plants itself in the tube. Then it tries to start growing in the tube. That's happened to Kayla, right? And the doctor said that sperm are pretty degenerate. If you look at them under a microscope, sperm are just like, they have something wrong with them in the head. Now, I can only imagine my sperm. Those guys are probably little hooligans in there, right? So it rammed into the egg and the sperm right into the wall. And it started like growing, right? Into Kayla's thing. Well, unfortunately, when that happens, if it's not treated, you get like a shot and it kills it right away so you can keep your tube. Fortunately, that's not happened with Kayla. And it like grew so long we didn't know. She wasn't having symptoms. And it burst into the it burst in the tube and it like opened the tube and Kayla was bleeding horribly inside. Actually, like so terribly that her hypoglemic whatever level is like average at 12. It dropped to like 5.7. So, and I was like, talking about it, bro. So she was internally bleeding terribly. It was to the point where Kayla couldn't even walk. Looking back at it, it's crazy. Kayla couldn't stand up for longer than probably 7 seconds before she would faint and collapse. Every time, no matter what, that's it. So we got to the ER, which, by the way, let me talk about this for a second. I don't want to dangle too much on this because it makes me mad and I get a little bit emotional. By the way, bro, these people that work at ERs, okay, I get it. They see a lot of terrible stuff, and like doctors and nurses, they see a lot of terrible stuff, right, bro? I get it. But you have to act like you care. It's part of the. I'm gonna cuss. Test me. They have to act like it's part of the job, bro. So we get there and we tell them, yo, guys, by the way, she's pregnant. She's having stomach pains. These clowns are probably like, just another young pregnant bitch. Probably is what they're saying. Easy stomach pains, no problem. No problem. Go sit down in the waiting room. We'll get to you eventually. Well, we're there for like an hour. So Kayla, this whole time, by the way, is bleeding. If you want to be honest, Kayla, it's really hard to say, but Kayla was dying. Unironically, like actually, they have she's bleeding. She's dying in the waiting room, right? They're not doing anything. I hear them. They're like laughing, like telling jokes, popping their gum behind the desk. At this point, I'm losing my mind, right? Some girl keeps like walking around doing something like on her like fake talking on the phone. Oh, girl, I wish she would. Like, you know what I mean? So I get up and I'm like, I'm actually, you guys see me on stream, I'm actually very, 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 very calm in person, okay? I don't get mad in person. I really do. I swear to God, I don't get mad. But when I do get mad in person, it's like a volcano. Like, I get mad. Like I start shaking, I yell and crazy. So I walk up and I'm like trying to not yell. I'm not trying to get kicked out. So I'm not trying to yell at the guy, but I'm like, do you guys know when she can get in? I've like pause after every word. And they're like, well, when we have an open room, she can. At this point, Kayla has, okay, at this point when I go up and ask how much longer, Kayla has fainted twice. Apparently, she went to use the bathroom, and she fainted in the bathroom. It was a girl's bathroom. I didn't even know. And apparently, a nurse walked in, just like ignored her, and then walked back out while she was on the ground, by the way. I didn't know this until after. Thank God I didn't. I would have fucking went crazy. Anyway, so then we sit back down. I'm like, okay, when's the room going to open up? When the room going to open up? Blah, blah, blah. So this was an hour. So Kayla was bleeding internally for at least an hour in the ER waiting room. So this guy comes in, this 17-year-old, and his hand is like broken. I hear he has a broken hand. He's like laughing with his friends. Like, I broke it 3 days ago. I hit a wall. Okay, he said this. This was, by the way, these guys came in 20 minutes after us. Bro, these guys got called back before us. They came in 20 minutes after us. So finally, an hour, I think it was an hour and 27 minutes that Kayla was bleeding out in the lobby. They finally call her name, right? And at this point, she tries to stand up. She collapses. I have to carry her. I start to like try and like lean her on me and like walk her back there. And the nurse is like, does she need a wheelchair? Kayla goes dead weight, so she falls. Then she's like, yeah, I think she needs a wheelchair. Bro, this nurse walks to the wheelchair. Dude, I'm sorry to say, bro, she is walking to the wheelchair. Not even like a fast sprint, not like a fast walk, not a jog. She's walking to get the wheelchair. Now, I'm going to lose it, right? Finally, she walks slowly back with the wheelchair. We have to pick Kayla up and put her on there. Then this bitch is like behind her. So Kayla's wearing sandals because we had to rush there. Kayla's sandal falls off. I'm like, oh my God. So I picked it up. And then her other one falls off. I'm like, that's weird. I'll go pick it up. So again, Kayla's like just like wide-eyed, eyes rolled back, just like there's not even there in the wheelchair. And the nurse is like trying to talk to her, not even acknowledging that, right? Then we finally get back to the fucking room. And that nurse is like, yo, can I get a hand here? So like 3 other nurses come and run. And the nurses are trying to talk to her. I say she can't fucking talk. Look at her. And this one fucking nurse, I'm gonna get mad. And this one nurse, by the way, is like, oh no, she can talk. She has to talk. This stupid bitch didn't even look her in the face. Didn't acknowledge her. Didn't know that she was unconscious. Didn't know anything. She had the audacity to say that. So at this point, I'm about to start throwing shit and slamming shit. So I just loudly twice, not very simple. I said, you're all clowns, just twice. And anyway, after it was, bro, I had these. So by the way, for the last week, I like wake up and I fall asleep. By the way, when I wake up for the first hour of the day, all I see is these 3 nurses' face: the wheelchair nurse, the nurse that said she has to talk, and the guy at the front desk. It's literally all I see every morning. It's actually crazy. Anyway, like I'm so mad. Like I was so mad. Anyway. After that, all the other nurses were great. By the way, all the other nurses were great. The doctors, the surgeon, great. All the people that we had, great. The people that took care of Kayla after the surgery, great. So they had to cut out one of her tubes after that. But anyway, I counted, bro, from the point that we got there to the time that Kayla got out of surgery, it was 7.5, 8 hours. Dude, so long story short, not to get into it too much, I'm going to bring up, bro, what the f*** is NA healthcare, by the way? But you want to sit here and tell me that my taxes do anything for anybody? Bro, and we haven't got the f***ing bill yet. We haven't got the bill. Dare I see the bill? But what am I paying taxes for if my significant other is in the ER for 2 hours dying? Anyway, so we've been dealing with that for a little bit. Afterwards, it was pretty sad because bro, ectopic pregnancies are actually very rare. It's like 2 out of 100 pregnancies happen. There's nothing you can do to stop it, so it is what it is. I kept saying that, by the way. It is what it is, I guess. It's really, really, really unfortunate. Oh, yeah, and then after that, after Kayla's surgery, I called my mom. And at this point, when Kayla was already in surgery, I was like, fuck it, kick me out. So then I'm like, I am like absolutely yelling in the waiting room. Like, I'm talking louder than I've ever yelled while I'm on the phone with my mom. And I'm like cussing out all these staffers. And the police officer was there and everybody. So this guy like turns the corner after I hang up and it tries to tell me to be quiet. Bro, dude, do they not understand? Like, I'm sorry, but I should be able to yell without getting kicked out of the hospital. Because the way we see it is, again, this is terrible to think about. It's crazy to say, bro. So Kayla was actively dying, and then our child did in fact die, right? So it's like, if I can yell, bro, just let me yell. Like, shut the fuck up. Just let me yell. That's crazy. But anyway, so ectopic pregnancies, they don't have any chance of surviving at any point if they don't make it to the uterus. So it wasn't like it could be saved or anything like that. Thankfully, Kayla's all right. Kayla is doing a lot better. We had our checkup today. At like noon today, we had our 2-week checkup. Doctor said everything looks good. She's still a little low on blood, so she gets exhausted easily. They said you got to wait a little bit to try again. And there is a higher chance that it can happen again now that she's had one. But it's like a 10% chance. And dude, for the love of all that is fucking mighty, can we not hit that 10% chance for the love of God, man? Like, come on, bro. But this time, you will know, so you get more checkups if you have it happen once, right? So they can catch it this time and they get a shot, and then you don't lose the tube. She had one of her tubes. And even if it happens again and you lose both tubes, you can get like an injection. Nowadays, they have like an injection where they inject the sperm into the whatever it is, the egg directly or whatever it is. But bro, at that point, I recently saw a post about a doctor at a sperm bank refilling all the things with his own sperm. Yeah, IVF. So if God forbid that ever happens, we have to go there. Bro, I am watching that $1 billion in exposure vessel. I will watch that while they take it to the back room. I'll watch it when they implant it. I will permanently watch. Think about again. This is the last time we're gonna talk about it. But think how much that little capsule or tube would cost. I would probably sell one of those for billions. Anyway, let's move on. Anyway, so that's why I've been gone for the last 2 weeks. We are doing a lot better, both of us. Because like physically, Kayla was really sore, but that sucked mentally. Like that was a terrible feeling. A terrible mentally feeling.